Good morning. It's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief. It's Friday, April the 9th. Good night last night. They've had quite a good turnaround too, particularly for the equity markets and some of the commodities. We saw obviously a very weak sell-off in equities yesterday in Asia, which followed into Europe. And we had some good numbers, initial jobless claims and chain store retail sales posting their largest gain since March 1999. And that was up something like 9%. So we're quite positive on that. So we had a bit of a turnaround, and it could actually be a positive close to the week, which we're looking for. Also, we took some profits on our gold positions, took some profits on our Aussie, which was quite good, but looking to also add to positions in our copper. But we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit further down the track. Righty-ho, let's have a look at just a little bit of a run-through of what happened last night. And as always, we like to look at our Bloomberg. I guess the main thing here is America. The Dow was up a couple of points, up 29 points, which was quite good. The S&P was up 3.9, the Nasdaq 5, the Russell up 0.18. Now, this is the interesting thing. We had the turnaround from weak equity prices in Europe and obviously Asia. Europe down 32, the FTSE down 49, the DAX 50, and the CAC down 48. So quite negative there, and as you can also see, even with our local market, had quite a sell-off down to 49.25. But you'd be happy to note the local market did come back quite nicely. 49.68 is where it closed on SICOM. So I think that's a very encouraging sign for things to come. Major news last night, as we did mention, we had some positive chain store retail sales numbers. Very nice indeed, obviously up around that 8-9%, the largest climb since March 1999. So that's very, very strong. We also had initial jobless claims, which were quite positive, a little bit of a surprise. Weekly increases pre-Easter. Very supportive, and I think that's not a bad thing to look at. So quite good on that front. Also, we had a little bit of relief, I guess, out of the Greek concern, and I think that is a good thing. That people are saying, well, look, it's not going to affect us too much. So quite happy there. That's not a bad thing. Okay, let's move on to just a general market, and obviously let's go through to the Falcon Trader. Have a look at a few things, and as you can see, local market first, 49.68, great little bounce there, really encouraged by that, and you can see by this hourly chart that she's had a good bounce, and I think that's encouraging. If you were to take long positions, that is where your stop goes, down below 49.20, but you're quite comfortably to buy there. That is a trade which you can look at, and I think the way it sort of traded last night, I actually like it. So that's it. Dollar index. This is another interesting one. Dollar perhaps looking a little bit weaker. We had those highs here through that 82, failed to move on. We've broken this little trend line here. And whilst that little trend line has broken, probably suggests that it, there we go, just try and grab that down a bit. There we go. Now that trend line has broken, probably expect a little bit of weakness. That should support some of our commodities, also some of our currency. As you can see, that Aussie, 92.88. We took profits at 92.80 last night, and quite happy about that. But I will put on more Aussie probably if we break through that 93.10.15 level. Let's see how that all goes. Euro, we had a go during the week, wasn't successful. I might have another go. I like it because I've got that registration of a weak US dollar sentiment coming through. Obviously, you know where your stops are. It's a no-brainer there. Stops go below there and or there. On the euro, just have a look to see whether or not we are getting to that area where we think there's support. The daily charts aren't telling us that it's ready to buy yet, so that is a caution. But obviously, if it takes out that 32.70, we're a little bit wrong. I haven't made up my mind 100% on that trade yet. Having a look just at some of the softs, some of the commodities. Have a look at copper. Quite interesting. I actually don't mind copper. We are still long copper, and I do like the way that's behaved. Momentum indicators are looking a little bit topsy-turvy, but when I look down onto the hourlies, I do like it. It is an area where we have a good bounce there, and I think if I can see that breaking through the top side, then I'm quite happy to see it trade back up through 360, 365. Obviously, stops on any long can go below that area through that 352, so quite easy there. Righty-ho, so that's some of the softs. Terrible night last night for some of the softs. Wheat was down 5.75 cents. This does look as if it's just a retracement type of deal. The data was pretty negative. I've got a positive foiling towards wheat, but at the moment it's not looking all that good. This is good stuff. This is good price action, and I think if we get that weaker dollar, that should help to support a low. Same thing we had with corn, 348.25, down 7 3/4 cents. A little bit negative on those fronts, but let's see how that's just coming up. As you can see, just fell off a cliff last night, looking very strong. Down she came. Look, there is an opportunity there if you want to have a look at buying it, but at the moment it's ranging. Soybeans, pretty much a similar story, down 4 cents. And we obviously had that data out last night, was a little bit mixed and obviously a little bit bearish. Soybeans coming under pressure there as well. So really haven't got much to say on that. In terms of economic news coming out, we've got a little bit of data, particularly out of China today, business climate index, trade balances in West Germany. We've got some good data out of the UK as well, PPI, that should be good. Some good data out of Denmark. Obviously Canada we've got some, but not a lot out of the US, so we won't perhaps get too much lead. So all in all, it's going to be, I think, a range type of night, but do keep an eye on that US dollar. I think that is a little bit weak at the moment. That should provide some support to some of our commodities, and as a result of that, we could get a lift tonight. Keep an eye on that Aussie on a breakthrough 93, 10, 15. I'll probably add back onto some of my position. I took profits last night. On gold, we took profits as well. Not quite sure what I'm going to do there, and perhaps a little bit early, but anyway, that's profit in the back. That's what we need. And sugar, we're still long. That's not looking too good for us, but we're quite happy to hold that. And I guess that's about it. So have a great day's trading, and we'll try and talk to you tomorrow. Good luck.